What if I told you that a common spice, smaller than your fingernail, could re-energize your body and help restore your virility in just a minute? Regardless of your age, medications, or previous disappointments, imagine a simple chew could start bringing back the vitality you thought was gone forever. I know it might seem too good to be true, but please listen, because this could make a real difference. I'm Dr. Evelyn Blake. For over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping men over 60 rediscover what time and the modern world have slowly taken away: their confidence, healthy circulation, energy, and the ability to feel like themselves again. Not through costly prescriptions or fleeting fads, but by tapping into your body's own natural wisdom. And here's the surprise. The answer isn't some newfangled invention. It's a spice that's been right in front of us all along. A spice your ancestors used, and that science is now proving is even more effective than we realized. The irony? You've probably passed it in your spice rack countless times, never imagining what it could do. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you how simply chewing this one spice for a minute can open up your blood vessels, reduce the stress that's been suppressing your hormones, combat gum issues that hinder circulation, and promote deeper sleep, allowing your hormones to recover naturally. I'll walk you through it step by step, and I promise, by the end, you'll know exactly how to use it and what results to expect in the first week, 2 weeks, and month. Before we explore this amazing method, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of the natural wellness tips I share specifically for men like you. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can better understand how to help. Let's get started with the core of this discovery, because it's essential to understand what gives this little spice its power. The secret is in a natural compound inside each clove, called eugenol. This is the key ingredient that gets your blood flowing, helps your vessels relax, and encourages your body to respond the way it used to, or even better. Let me explain how it works. First, eugenol, the special compound that makes it all happen. I'll always remember the day a patient looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doctor, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't talking about six-pack abs or running races. He was talking about intimacy, feeling confident, having strength, that inner strength a man has when his body still works as it should. That's what motivated me to look into natural solutions. And that's when I kept coming back to one powerful compound, eugenol. Eugenol is highly concentrated in cloves. When you chew just 1 or 2 cloves, the oils released contain this remarkable substance. But eugenol doesn't just stay in your mouth. It enters your system almost immediately through the tissues in your mouth. And what happens next is where the real magic begins. Eugenol acts as a vasodilator. That means it helps your blood vessels unwind and expand, especially those smaller, stubborn ones that supply your vital organs. As we get older, those vessels tend to become less flexible. That's why blood doesn't circulate as well as it once did. Eugenol acts like a natural massage for your arteries, gently opening them up and allowing blood to flow freely again. It's not forced, it's not artificial, it's simply a reawakening of what your body used to do without effort. And what makes this even more remarkable is that eugenol stimulates the production of nitric oxide, the very same compound that those little blue pills try to mimic. But this is natural. It's happening biologically, without the unwanted side effects, the headaches, or the letdown afterward. Many men describe a gentle warmth, a feeling of circulation returning within just a few minutes. It's subtle but significant. And if that's what one single compound can do, wait until you hear what this spice does for the stress that's been quietly diminishing your hormones for years. Let's talk about that next. Second, why vitality can decrease as we age and how clove fights back. I've had so many men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come to my office, looking down, speaking quietly, saying the same thing: it's just not working the way it used to. And I always tell them, this isn't a personal failing. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's a biological process. As we age, the small vessels that support vitality begin to narrow and become less flexible. They lose their elasticity. Years of stress, processed foods, inflammation, and inactivity start to take their toll. The result? Blood doesn't flow as freely. And without that surge of blood, things simply can't happen the way they once did. But here's what many doctors don't tell you. These changes aren't permanent. They can be reversed. That's where clove comes in, and why it's such a valuable ally for mature men. Remember that compound we just discussed, Eugenol? It's not just relaxing your blood vessels, it's also helping to restore flexibility to the walls of those vessels. Think of it as cleaning out a pipe and making it smooth again. Blood begins to flow more easily, more fully, and where it needs to go. Some of my patients have told me that after just a couple of weeks of incorporating this method daily, they woke up with morning erections for the first time in years. Not because of a pill, not because of a miracle, but because their circulation was finally able to function again. That's the beauty of this natural approach. It doesn't force your body. It simply allows it to return to its original design. But here's the thing. Even with perfect blood flow, one invisible force can shut everything down before it even starts. And chances are, it's been quietly working against you for years. Let's uncover it next. Third, how to use the 1-minute clove method step by step. You know, the most effective solutions are often the simplest. And this method I'm about to share, has helped so many of my mature patients feel like themselves again. No prescriptions, no uncomfortable doctor's appointments, no waiting at the pharmacy. Just a small, intentional action you can take right in your own kitchen. And the best part? It only takes a minute. Here's exactly how I instruct my patients to do it. Take 2 or 3 whole cloves. Not the powdered kind, but whole, dried cloves. Ideally, organic, but any good quality clove will work. Place them between your molars, your back teeth, where your chewing is strongest. Slowly bite down until you feel them crack open. And here's the key. Don't rush. Let the oils coat your tongue and mouth. Breathe through your nose. Stay relaxed. For the first 30 seconds, simply hold those broken pieces in your mouth. Let your saliva mix with the oils. You might feel a strong, warm sensation. It's intense, yes, but that's a good sign. It means the eugenol is being absorbed through the sensitive tissues inside your mouth, heading straight into your bloodstream. Then, slowly begin chewing, gently, just enough to fully break the clove down. Keep it in your mouth for another 30 seconds, working the oils through your saliva. That's it. You can either swallow the remnants or spit them out. Either way is fine. What makes this method so effective is how quickly it starts working. Some men say they feel the difference within minutes. Their head feels clearer. They feel more present, more connected to their body. But chewing cloves isn't just about circulation and energy. It also unlocks something many men over 60 desperately need, and probably don't even realize they're missing. Let's talk about that next. Fourth, when to use the technique for optimal results. One of the questions I get most often, usually after a man has tried the clove method for the first time and felt that undeniable warmth, is when should I use it for best results? And the truth is, timing can make a big difference. Like anything potent, it's not just about doing it, it's about when you do it. Think of this as tuning an instrument. You want everything in harmony, your hormones, your nervous system, your blood flow. For many of my patients, the evening is the ideal time. About an hour before bed, as the day winds down and the mind begins to quiet, chewing cloves at that time helps relax the nervous system and prepares your body for more restful sleep. And that's not just about rest. Deep, restorative sleep is when your body produces the most testosterone. That's your foundation. Nighttime use sets the stage for the next day, better energy, clearer focus, and yes, improved vitality. But don't overlook the morning either. Using this method first thing on an empty stomach helps jumpstart circulation and sets a calm but alert tone for your day. Some men like to use it before exercising or going for a walk. Others prefer it before intimacy, 30 to 45 minutes beforehand, for that added sense of presence, connection, and stamina. The key is to listen to your body. Stay consistent. Daily use builds momentum over time. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily investment in your well-being. And if you're wondering how such a simple act can lead to such profound changes, it helps to understand what might be holding your body back in the first place. There's one silent force most men never suspect, and it's been robbing you of your strength from the inside out. Let's expose it next. Fifth, but that's just the beginning. Let's talk about stress. I can't tell you how many wonderful men I've sat across from. Men who eat well, stay active, even follow all the best advice, but still feel like something's off. Their energy is low. Their desire comes and goes. And when it comes to intimacy, their bodies just don't respond the way they used to. That's when I ask them one question: how's your stress? The room usually quiets down. They sigh. And then I hear the truth. Worries about finances, health, relationships, aging. It's a heavy burden. And most don't realize just how much that silent pressure is undermining their vitality. You see, Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that's supposed to help you in moments of danger, not stay elevated all day, every day. But in today's world, many men over 60 are living in a near-constant state of tension. And here's the difficult part, cortisol and testosterone can't coexist at high levels. When one goes up, the other goes down. That means the more stress you carry, the less testosterone your body produces, and the weaker your responses become. This is where Clove becomes more than just a circulation booster. It actually helps regulate the stress response. The compound beta-caryophyllene found in cloves binds to receptors in the brain that signal safety and calm. In just minutes, you might feel a release in your chest, a clarity in your mind, a letting go of pressure that's been building for years. And as cortisol decreases, testosterone can finally rise again naturally, without any forcing. You might start feeling more like yourself without even fully noticing the shift at first, but it's real. And there's another significant benefit that comes from this stress relief, one that works quietly while you sleep, and it might just be the missing piece in your hormonal balance. Let's talk about that next. Sixth, chewing cloves equals improved sleep equals more vitality. If there's one thing I've consistently observed with my mature patients, it's this: the moment sleep quality declines, everything else starts to fall apart. You can eat well, exercise, take every supplement imaginable, but if your sleep is disrupted, your hormone levels don't stand a chance. That's because most of your hormone production, your body's repair work, your healing, happens at night, specifically during deep, uninterrupted sleep. But how many men over 60 truly get that kind of rest anymore? Many tell me they lie awake at 2 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, their mind racing. Or they fall asleep quickly but wake up several times during the night, never feeling fully rested. And then they wonder why their energy is low, why desire feels like a distant memory, or why they just can't get going the way they used to. The answer, more often than not, is poor sleep quality. That's where cloves come in, not just as a circulatory aid, but as a valuable ally for your nervous system. The compounds in cloves, especially eugenol and beta-caryophyllene, don't just relax the blood vessels. They also calm the part of your brain that regulates your sleep cycle. When chewed in the evening, about an hour before bed, cloves help guide you into a deeper, more stable sleep. Many men tell me they start dreaming again. They wake up feeling more clear-headed, more energized, and more often than not, with improved morning vitality. That's not a coincidence. That's your hormones doing their job again. So, if you've been struggling to feel rested, or wondering why your drive has diminished, start paying attention to your sleep. Because improving that one area can send a wave of healing throughout your entire system. But cloves don't stop there. What if I told you that even your gums, the health of your mouth, could be secretly affecting your strength? Let's uncover that surprising connection next. Seventh, gum health could be impacting your vitality. Cloves can help with that, too. It might sound odd at first, but I've seen it too many times to ignore. A man comes into my office complaining of low energy, weakened responses, and no clear reason why. His blood pressure looks fine, his labs are decent, but then I ask one simple question: how's your dental health? And that's when the truth comes out. Bleeding gums, receding gum lines, persistent bad breath. Most men never realize that what's happening in their mouth could be affecting other parts of their body. But the science is clear, it's all connected. Your mouth is a gateway to your circulatory system. When you have gum issues, whether you notice it or not, bacteria from your mouth enter your bloodstream. They travel throughout your body, creating silent inflammation that damages the very vessels responsible for essential functions. It's like trying to run water through a hose that's filled with mud. The pressure might be there, but nothing gets through cleanly. Studies have even shown that men with advanced gum issues are more likely to experience problems. That's not a coincidence, that's biology. Now, here's where cloves become more than just a helpful spice. They become a daily cleanser. Clove oil is one of nature's most powerful natural antiseptics. When you chew whole cloves, those antibacterial compounds go to work immediately. They begin neutralizing the harmful bacteria in your mouth before they can ever reach your bloodstream. It's fast, effective, and you can feel it working, sometimes with just a single chew. It's one of the simplest, yet most overlooked steps in promoting overall health. And when your mouth is clean, your blood flows more cleanly, too. But now that your vessels are opening, your hormones are increasing, and your systems are functioning more smoothly, what should you expect next? Let me walk you through what happens week by week once you commit to this beneficial habit. 8th, what to anticipate in the first week, 2 weeks, and month. One of the most rewarding aspects of working with mature men is seeing their expressions change over time. I'll never forget one man in his late 60s. He came to me feeling tired, skeptical, and embarrassed about what he'd lost. We started the Clove method together, and I asked him to stay consistent for just 1 month. After 1 week, he called and said, "Doctor, something's happening. I feel more awake in the mornings." That was just the beginning. In the first week, most men notice subtle changes: a warm feeling in the body, a clearer mind, slightly better sleep, a little more motivation to move or go for a walk. It's not dramatic, but it's there, and it's a sign that your body is starting to respond. By day 14, things often pick up. Energy increases. Mornings feel different, more alert. Sometimes with the return of something you haven't felt in years. It's not magic. It's circulation improving and your hormones starting to work. By day 30, many men tell me they feel like a different person. Not only do they experience improvements, but their confidence increases. They carry themselves differently. Their partners notice. Even if intimacy hasn't fully returned yet, the connection starts to rebuild. And that's the real goal, to feel like yourself again, to live in a body that feels alive, not stagnant or shut down. But remember, this is just the beginning. Because once you find this strength, the real question becomes, how do you keep it and protect it for years to come? In our final message, let's talk about how to turn this simple habit into a lasting foundation for lifelong well-being. Conclusion: the vitality you've been wanting to feel again. I've spent over 30 years working with men just like you, men who quietly carry the weight of decreasing energy, diminished confidence, and the worry that their best days might be behind them. But I promise you, they're not. This one simple habit, chewing a few cloves for a minute, can do more than just improve circulation. It calms your nerves, promotes restful sleep, helps hormones, and even cleans your mouth to support your heart and your vitality. I've seen it improve circulation, restore desire, and most importantly, help men reconnect with themselves. If you've made it this far, your body is already asking for change, and now you know what to give it. The decision is yours. Keep hoping for something or start building it with your own efforts. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Begin tonight, and let your vitality return one day at a time.